slow business has gotten. How hard is it to close a deal in the era of COVID-19? If Accenture says it's down big, I see all of tech getting hammered. After the close CrowdStrike reports, and this cybersecurity star has been clobbered. I think the work from home thesis includes CrowdStrike because they keep these new offsite channels safe. I'd be a buyer. Finally, on Friday, we get existing home sales. We'll need an upbeat number to justify any potential rebound in retail or housing. But are we going to get one? I mean, it's certainly, if we don't get some sort of fiscal deal, if we don't get something between Mnuchin and Pelosi and get it soon, then I got to tell you, it's going to look like this. Even if the testing looks like this and COVID looks like this. It's kind of north of the charts there. Let's go to Chris in New Jersey. Chris. Chris.
Yeah, Jim. Thank you and your team. Thank you for doing a great job. We spoke a month and a half ago, and people will stay home right now. And do you think, with the expiration already happened, do you think that will benefit Peloton, PTON?
You know what? That's an overdone thesis. I know people want to do it, but it's just too simple. And we have to be far more nuanced than that. It sounds too good to be true, and it is. Andrew in New York. Andrew.
Hi, Jim. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
I'm an investor with a 30-plus year time horizon. Since the market has come down pretty significantly, would it be best for me to front-load my 401k to the IRS max of $19,500 right now instead of dollar?
No, we never do that. No, because that is arrogant thinking. That's arrogant thinking. That's hubris thinking. What's hubristic? Here's what you have to do. You have to space it out. No one is that good. No one is that right. We buy in a scale on the way down. We don't just go in a chunk. Do not front load. You can pick 2 months of it, maybe even 3 months of it, but that's about all. All right, the world has changed. It's changed so much that I didn't even give you my bottom line, which is how difficult this next week's going to be. If Mnuchin and Pelosi don't agree, and we don't get a good number from Coupa, and we get bad virus numbers. So there, that's the bottom line. The key metrics for this market are new coronavirus infections. So stay cautious. Hey, oh man, tonight, I'm keeping you up to the race for COVID-19 vaccine. I know, year and a half. Can we just even think about something that may just mitigate it? Then, with stocks rallying today from their worst day in more than 30 years, with one of the best days in more than 30 years, I have to figure out what the hell's going on with the Fear Index. I'm going off the charts to find out. And as COVID-19 continues to spread and off-site working increases, could a work-at-home stock like, I want to tease it, except for I already mentioned, DocuSign makes sense. I've got the CEO. So stay.
All right, guys, let me go ahead and get people on here. As always, guys, hopefully you guys had a great trading day. Alright, guys, can you guys hear me? Mic check, mic check. Check 1 2, mic check. Alright, cool, you guys can hear me? Awesome. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. I'm going to go over today's stream quickly here. I got to get out of the house. As crazy as that sounds. Alright. Let's go over today's trading day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys, about the camera. Let me go live on Instagram, too. Alright. Alright, guys. Live on Instagram. Yeah, I don't, and it's frozen. I'm on a perfect angle. You know, it's a beautiful angle of me right there. That's the way I'd like it. All right, man. What a day. You know, I traded a lot. I was down as much as 20 grand today, guys. And honestly, if I would have stopped trading at market close, it would have been a green day. But I wanted to try and trade that airline, and I was sized up pretty big. I mean, I was sized up. If we would have done the RCL type move, if Trump would have mentioned it, I was positioned for it, and I probably would have made $15,000, $20,000. Pelosi says Democrats and White House reach a deal on coronavirus bill. That's going to move the market. Wow. That's definitely going to move the market. Wow, that's big news. So I just got word from our room that, which is on the link in the description below, that, yeah, it's a state of emergency for sure. But breaking news, Pelosi says Democrats and White House reach a deal on coronavirus bill. That's a big deal. It'll be interesting to see where we end up on Monday, though, guys. You know, I don't know where we're gonna be at on Monday at all. I really have no clue. No one really does. What I will say, okay, is I bought today, literally right here on this dip, I bought the market, and I bought my first half today. I'm actually finally investing in the markets, like with good size now. You know, I had a little bit longer term, but nothing like out of the ordinary. But I finally took a big chunk today for my longer term portfolio, where I'm looking 20, 30 years down the line. And I'll start with that. So I bought my first half of the SPY today, like right in here, 257.19. And then my second half, I bought VYM, which pays a higher dividend, and I think it's less expense ratio as well. And I bought it right here at 70.59, I think it was, or 70.60, somewhere right in there, for my second half. Which, you know, obviously is perfect timing, but you know, we still have a long ways to go. I mean, that's just a rally of the Fed. It's a short squeeze. You know, we still have a long ways to go. So I didn't go all in or anything like that. I took about 3/10 of what I want to invest longer term. About 3/10 of what I want to invest capital-wise longer term was today. It was the first time I've actually committed on buying stock longer term with actual size today. I bought some Boeing. I've actually been in Boeing, unfortunately, but I actually added some good size today in the 165s and the 166 range. I'm long as well RCL. I actually longed a little bit of that yesterday. I longed that at 33.90, added at 31. I will look to re-add RCL cruise liners under $20. If we get under $20, I'll look to add more size. Right now, these are just starter positions in a multi-month, maybe even potentially up to a year's worth of time where I'm looking to go long. You know, if this ends up being a recession, then, you know, I'll definitely be prepared for it. I'll keep adding, and usually the average recession lasts about 11 months or so. And the only time that there's been a crash like this that I can compare it to is 1987. 1987 is similar to this, and it recovered, I believe, within, I think it was like, somebody can give me the stat, but I think it was like 11 months or something like that. And there was like this, and it's, you know, we've taken a beating, guys. This is no question. We have taken a massive beating on the markets, and at a point where financially and, you know, there's so much dry powder on the sidelines right now, and I'll never forget how much dry powder there was because, you know, our earnings were killing it. Everything was going up and up. And then it wasn't a financial problem. It wasn't that people didn't have money. It's the fact that people are panicking and creating this cause of no business being profitable right now because there's no customer to buy. Because we're stuck in our homes. We're stuck staying home. We're stuck working from home. We're not flying. You know, we're not going out to restaurants. You know, all these things. So just remember that over the next couple of years, guys, is this wasn't caused by financial problems. This wasn't caused by, you know, us not having any money. There's still a ton of dry powder in my mind out there, and I won't forget that as I'm buying. But I also know in 1987, you know, we did rally, and the good thing is if we rally back to highs, I've taken 3/10 of a position, so at least I have a pretty decent skin in the game. You know, and I collect my dividends every quarter as well, which is awesome. So if we end up going back to highs and this ends up being a flash crash from the coronavirus and then everybody panics, but then the economy starts getting a handle again, which I truly don't think is going to happen. You know, do we break the lows here? Let me make a bigger size here. Do we break the lows here on the yearly? Let's bring this out. So do we break the lows here of 247.68? The futures actually hit 240. You know, very possible. You know, we're going to have to wait to see how these earnings come out. We're going to have to wait to see how the economy starts to handle this over the coming months, over the coming 6 months. You know, right here is all panic. Right here is trying to price that in of the economy not, at my request. Okay, hold on. Restore. My request. Okay, yeah. So there is news. Trump just said, at my request, active midnight tonight. Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and MSC have all agreed to suspend outbound cruises for 30 days. It is a great and important thing to do. So I almost got long there on the Caribbean cruise liner there. Or the Royal Caribbean, but that doesn't sound like great news. It's not like I'm gonna bail them out or anything. So, and I'm not seeing anything there that shows that there's gonna be buyers popping up. But I think that this was priced in. You know, I think that we're starting to see these levels be priced in a little bit. Maybe not fully. This pays a good dividend, and look at how much we have gone down. You know, Trump said today. You know, he's not. I think that Trump is very generous with what he does. You know, he said he'd bail out the airliners and things like that. And I think he'd bail out the cruise liners as well. I mean, if you go back to look, Royal Cruise Liner during 2009 here hit $5.40. So, you know, that's a move down of about, what is that, 90%? 80%? So that's the only thing that scares me. That's why I'm not in huge size. This is down still like 70% plus. What is that down? So 135 down to 30. I don't know. Let's see if there's 100 down to 30. So that's over 70%. Holy crap. That's over 70%. 100 to 30 would be 70%. That's like 80%. So that's, you know, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with this one. If we get into the 90%, like I said, if we get under $20, that's where I'm going to add a ton of size on. Because again, this one has a good dividend, and we've seen it time and time again. 08, we came back out of it, you know, and it's a good recollect the dividend, reinvest your dividends. You go back to 01, same thing. We came down 55, down to 17, and then we had a little bit more of a downward move here. It's something that you have to be aware of. They're going to be volatile. Cruise liners will be volatile, but man, do they bounce back. I mean, if you start longing in here or even in here, you know, they have big bounce backs on top of big dividends. So, you know, the trend over my time frame is up. You know, I'm looking at 20 to 30 years down the road. You know, I'm not looking at, you know, 3 or 4 years, anything like that. I'm literally just trying to take some smart decisions along the way. You know, obviously I'm never going to nail anything perfectly. And RCL could continue to go down. but it also has the most upside, to it as well. This could definitely in the next year or two bounce 100, 200%, plus a solid dividend. We might look back at this and laugh, but the reality is we never know that. So I try and scale in just like I do in my positions on intraday basis. I scale into an intraday position. This is a scale in over a multi-month, maybe even, I wouldn't say multi-year, but yeah, so there's that. So it'll be interesting to see how the cruise lines react to that, but I think that's very well priced in. I mean, we've fallen 70-80%, and they're not going to be no outbound cruises for 30 days. So it might go farther. They're not going to have any business for 30 days, but again, Trump will, I think, in my mind, after the way he's saying things, he has no problem giving them capital where they need it. And then I added a little bit more Apple today. I really do like Apple. I mean, they have so much cash. I don't know how they don't fail. Even if they're having bad times as business, even if they're not making that much money as a business, they have so much cash that, I know that if they're going down, they're going to pay us a solid dividend. I bought right in here wait, let me look at the intraday. Yeah, so I bought Apple this morning, right in here at 258. I actually added to my position. My first ads were, they got down to 235. That would have been a hell of a buy last night. 235. Let me look at that on the chart. 235 would have been right here. Wow. It was a hell of a buy if you could play it after hours. That's a hell of a buy. My options account is at 27,000, Matthew. I'm actually long some American Airlines calls. I have this funny feeling that Trump's gonna announce something about the airlines, saying that he's gonna bail them out, or he's gonna give them some stimulus or something. He doesn't stop talking about the airlines, so that's kind of my thesis on that. I'll go over small caps here in a little bit, but there's just so much going on. What was the other one that I added? I didn't add any more Microsoft. I got a small position in Microsoft. I don't like how high it is up here. They pay a decent dividend. IBM, I'm in it. I'm looking to add because of their dividend. They've been around for so long. I know they've been on kind of a downtrend, but when companies are around this long or this period of time, they obviously mean something no matter what happens. The longer, just like Coca-Cola or GE, companies that have proven themselves over 90, 100 years, says that they can go generations. And still have interest throughout whoever shows up. So that's kind of a big find there, and I need that for 20 to 30 years because that's what I'm looking at. What else? I went long something else today, and I can't remember what it was. I re-added Boeing. I got into VYM. That was basically it longer term, but I still have 7/10 on the sideline. I have a ton of cash to put into the markets here over the coming months. If we go further down, it's just going to make things better for me because then I can take size. Right now I'm only in 3/10, kind of a starter. And then if we keep getting worse, I'm going to make sure I take advantage and have some dry powder on the sidelines. And right now I have plenty of that. If we do go down farther, if we start to see things get crazier, as emotions start to continue to go up and up, I have plenty of dry powder to pounce. Now, when I add my size, that's when my confidence comes in. I mean, I think I have that's a pretty good buy right there, down there at the 255 range, right there at that line. I'm not really disappointed with that, especially from how far we've came down, and usually a lot of these times these flash crashes come all the way back. This is completely different though, and we don't have a lot of data to back this because nothing's ever really happened like this with the stock market behind it that we can go back and look on. The swine flu was 1918, but I believe the charts can only go back to 1929 as far as I was looking. So, it's kind of an unknown territory, and that's why, when you're in an unknown territory, it's something that I look at. Steel hole throwing. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at it from a perspective of I'm young. I'm 25 years old, And I've been waiting a long time, and I mean a long time. I mean, it feels like a long time, but it sucks year after year, not being able to get into something and feeling comfortable with it. I'm not gonna buy this uptrend. I just can't. I can't take any size when we're uptrending like this. I mean, that's just, I don't get anything out of that. And we're reaching all-time highs, one of the biggest bull markets in history. Like, how could I ever allow myself to get into something like that, especially with any type of size, and feel comfortable with it? I know they say that you can't really be too picky about your buys, and over time, if you just average in every year, it's better than trying to pick your spots. But I've looked at the market over the past 100 years, and trust me, there are spots that if I would take advantage of, that you get paid out a lot better over time, and you're smarter about your money. And it's hard to sit on the sidelines and wait and see things keep going up and up and up. But it's something that. So somebody just said Apple could buy Disney. That's interesting. That's why they're spiking. But on very low volume. But yeah, Apple could buy anyone. That's the thing. Like, Apple's literally Apple, and they're just gonna be bullies. They're gonna buy things. They're just so smart. They're so capitalized. They can do whatever they want at this point. Like, they just have weight. They can control anything. I think. I think that they're the most highly leveraged company in the world. And we don't even know how much cash they have on hand. I'm sure there's a lot of it offshore and things like that. Yeah, I'm in American Airlines calls, just looking for news coming in on Monday. But yeah, look at the markets are definitely coming back hard. I mean, we're now up 10%. Futures are up green. So we're definitely bouncing back hard. But again, you guys have to know, in back in 08, when we were going through the biggest green days like this, where we're seeing these huge 8% bounces in the market, 10% bounces in the market, 99.9% of the time, you only see these big, huge green days when there's a recession that hit. That's just the reality. You only see these. You could say it's a margin call, it's a short squeeze. Trump came on and caused that, but there's a lot that happened with this, and it's hard for me being young. I'm 25. It's the first time I probably ever called myself young in my entire life. But now that you start looking at the entire stock market, and it's definitely puts me on perspective of like my lifetime, and I'm definitely just beginning my career. And it's been hard, like I said, to sit on the sidelines, because I'm sure seeing the markets go up isn't easy for anyone to just sit there and watch it go up and not really take any size. Now, unfortunately, I did take some size. Unfortunately, I did take a little bit up when the market was like right before this. I think I took some like right in here, just some Boeing and some Intel. But I've had Intel for a while, and Intel I'm actually still in the money on, because I bought it. I bought it on the big red day, like right in here, at $47 when I had that big red day. And they pay us a very, very, very good dividend. They crushed earnings. I should have been watching to add this one. This one had one of the biggest recoveries in the close, up 20%. So, anyways.
This rally, banking is phony. He believes that there's more pain before we buy.
And there's a lot of these big time names that are saying that we're gonna see further downside, just because of what this is all, March Madness and just everything that's being canceled. Just the whole economy is kind of at a halt right now, and that's gonna cause some actual, we're gonna see in these earnings, but that's gonna cause some issues. But anyways, let's go over today's trading day. I was actually down almost $20,000 on today, and I recovered very nicely. I've been doing this long enough to where like I'm okay being down. I know what happens eventually, and I've had a 9-day green streak. Let me double check that green streak. I want to make sure that's right. But I'm pretty sure it's 9 days I've been on a green streak, In this month, I'm already up like 162,000 or something like that on the month of March. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Where am I at here? Reports. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've been on a 10-day green streak. Been on a 10-day green streak, and today it's I don't have that green streak no longer. But here's the thing, and here's why I'm happy. Okay, a lot of times when someone's on a green streak, okay, you're gonna see them take huge red days. Where did I put that? I just exit out of that. Market's still kind of crawling up. Here's the thing, okay. You are on when you're having 10 green days in a row and you're up, over those 10 days you're up roughly $160,000, okay? 9 times out of 10, even a great trader, you're going to see them take, on that red day, you're going to see them take a $20,000 loss like what I had, a $30,000 loss, a $40,000 loss, because they're going to continue to climb out of it. And when they climb out of it, they're not used to being in the red. They don't like that feeling. And when they don't like that feeling and they haven't had it for a while, they keep digging. And they keep digging, trying to get out of it. And you keep compounding your losses. And I'm actually really happy the way I handle myself today on being able to come out of my losses. Now, I traded a ton of stocks. It's on my phone here. Sorry about that. It only has so many stocks that I can fit on my screenshots. But let's see. I mean, I traded... I guess I'm still on American Airlines. I didn't even realize that. I have 23 shares of it on accident. Oops. But APT, Alaska Airlines, I traded Boeing. I made $1,000 on Boeing. 5,000 today on CODX. My biggest loser today was CTEK. That's going on my no trade list. I lost $12,313.69. Probably one of my biggest losers during this challenge. GLBS made $3,500 on. Let's see, 1,000 on OPK made 800. Target I made 1,000 on. So I traded a lot of stocks today. I'm not gonna lie. I traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 stocks. So I traded 23 stocks today, 23 different tickers, okay? And in the end, I was only down $1,600 today. I actually took a little bit too much out when I pulled my profits, because it's hard to calculate it exactly, especially when I'm holding things overnight and you don't know what it's going to end up at. So yeah, I'm only down $1,600 to end the day. I actually was up. I was up to about 101,000 on the account. So technically I would have been up 4,000 or 5,000. But I wanted to trade American Airlines, and then I got trapped in, what was the other one? I lost on RCL. I lost on APT. I nailed today. So let's go ahead and let's go over my trades quickly here. Oops, let's go on Instagram here. So there's that. Okay. So APT, guys, I made 3,600 on. It was kind of sloppy, but so I actually took an overnight on this one. Sorry, guys. I actually took an overnight on this one. Excuse me. And when I took that overnight, I took it at like $12.90, and I took about a $28,000 position on that. And I sold it perfectly though here to save my butt a little, to kind of control my losses at 11.35. So we ran all the way up to 11.50, and I sold perfectly pretty much right there. And then we came all the way back down, and I was watching this one all day. And I started. You could see me longing here, and then I got out here because I thought we were gonna flush, but we didn't. And I saw this perk back up, and I re-added right here. I re-added right here at 1086, and I scaled out my 10,000 shares at 1142. I relonged 6,000 shares at $12 and got out at 1230. Did I get back in at all? I think I got back in one more time. I didn't? Oh my gosh, I didn't. Oh no, that was CODX. But I actually screwed this one up pretty bad. Oh no, I didn't. I made 5,100 on it. Okay. So, I saw APT running, and you can see me kind of breaking even that one. Kind of breaking even on the day. And then I started longing it on here. I believe I had like 10,000 shares on CODX right in here. And I sold it off too soon. I actually sold it right on that pop there. Then it kept going. It took a dip and then ripped right up to 1385 or 1377, and I almost it almost halted, but it didn't. So here's my big loser on the day, guys. My big loser was CTEK. Now here's the thing. I saw this news and I thought I was early, and I literally was like, I was stamping on the buy button because I thought I was gonna halt. It was coronavirus. I knew it was low float. It had the price range to run 200-300%. Excuse me. I knew that coronavirus hasn't been running as much with these PRs, and I set that in my watch list. And I knew that, but I felt like I was so early, and this thing was about to halt that I didn't want to. I was trying to get the most size that I could into the halt, because I felt like we were gonna gap up like to about like 320, 330, and then rip to 4, and then potentially fall or keep going. I don't know, but that was my thought process. My goal was to sell like 340, 350, and then the rest over 4. But man, this thing it ran up. It almost halted, and then I was like, okay, I just got filled all those shares because I got filled 36,000 shares, and that is a massive position. That's like a $100,000 position. I think that's a little bit bigger, or roughly about that. And I just kept clicking the buy button because I was just trying to get filled as many shares as I could going into the halt. And a lot of times I only get filled like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 shares. All of a sudden it like filled me all that, and it was gonna hold, but then it got out of the hold, and we ran all the way up to like 316. I was up like 6,000 or 7,000 bucks right here that I saw. And then I was like, okay, this is gonna bounce off VWAP and rip right through it. And you can see I'm trying to get out. 10,000 shares 264, 5,000 shares 253. And I literally got stuck in the halt. I mean, it was all just nasty stuff. Like, I just got completely wrecked on that one. And that was just a poor decision by me. Sorry, guys. Very, very poor decision by me, honestly. And I paid the price. So that's a part of trading, you know. Whether it be low float, whether it be I traded target. So I'll go ahead and show you target here. Target. I traded for a quick scalp. I got long right there at 99.64 thousand shares. I actually scaled out at 99.91 or 98.99. So that's about $1 a share, and I made 1,000 bucks. Man, I could have done 4,000 or 5,000 on that one if I would have held it. But that's, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. The other one I made money on, the blue chip, was what was it? I said it earlier. App? No, it was I think it was Boeing, I believe. Yeah. So I bought Boeing there, 167.144, and I was out right at the top at 168.23 for another 1,000 bucks. That helped my losses in Boeing. It'll be cool if I can get some option calls and some puts that pay for my longer term account when I'm losing in some of these. What's another one? Well, I was loaded on Chesapeake twice today, and this thing ripped, and I could have made 20, 30,000 bucks on it, but I didn't want to have capital tied up, so I got out twice. But man, this thing ripped into the close, and then it ripped even more in after hours. That was unfortunate. Took a loser on that one. What's one more today? Alright, guys. Obviously, I can't go over everything. That's pretty much it. I lost $2,500 on American Airlines. That was unfortunate. American Airlines. If that would have ran though, I could have made 15, 20,000 in like literally like 3 or 4 minutes. The way RCL ran, but Trump didn't want to mention it, and whatever, you know. I was waiting for him to mention it because I'd seen what it did to the cruise liners. I was positioned in pretty damn big, and I could have even made 25,000 on that. But that would have been a nice way to end the Friday. Literally, if he just would have said that, scaling out, I'm up 25 grand a day, end my week off strong. But he never did, and I can't go into the weekend laughing my way to the bank. It's a red day. I paid to play today, and that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with in trading. If you're not okay with losing, then I wouldn't recommend trading because you're gonna go through red days. It's just what I said today in chat couldn't have been more true. Is you find out who you are as an actual trader. Like, you find out what a trader you really are when it's a red day, and see how you trade it. J-Nug, sure, we can look at it quick. Wow, gosh damn. 350 other, wow. Insane move. That's just crazy right there. I mean, Target, Walmart, that was all just insane. They bring their CEOs on, and man, they're just freaking ripping. So, alright, guys. If you guys want to learn how I successfully turned $1,000 into $202,000 roughly, or $204,000 over the past 72 days, this video goes over all my processes on how I did it. I do have to head out. If you're interested in that, DM me. Click the link in the description below if you're trying to check out my free chat room. Please like and subscribe to the video. Click the icon to alert if I make new videos. I appreciate that, guys. Without further ado, I'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy your weekends. Let's hope we wake up and it's another crazy day. Alright, cheers team, and go Hawks.